Well, hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us. I have Dr. Michael Murray being interviewed, best-selling author, well-known naturopathic doctor. Michael, great to have you back on the program.
Thanks, Mark. Always a pleasure.
Now, you've came out with a cool new book, The Longevity Matrix, and we've got some different interviews with you on that. And I highly recommend the book. People can go to thelongevitymatrix.com, learn more about it. There's a great promotion going on we'll talk about in a bit. But I want to get some gold nuggets in some of the chapters in your book, Michael.
Okay.
Let's start with detoxification. I know we have over 20,000 man-made chemicals in the environment. So if someone wants to have a high-quality life and a long length of life, detoxification has to be quite critical.
Absolutely. It's so important for our basic health. It's also being linked to this increasing load of environmental pollutants in our body has been being linked to a lot of chronic degenerative disease as well. But when we're overrun with these toxins, it really is detrimental to our energy levels, our immune system, our ability to think clearly, our skin, everything can be affected. And I really believe that the greatest threat to human health, even right in the middle of this pandemic, I still believe the biggest threat to human health long-term is this ever-increasing environmental load of toxic compounds, these man-made chemicals, as well as natural toxins like heavy metals. We're just living in such a toxic world right now. We have to take these toxins seriously, and we have to take aggressive steps each day to avoid them as best we can, and then help our body get rid of these toxins.
Yeah, in chapter 4, you talk about detoxifying from a toxic world. What are some of the key things you focus on to help people in terms of, detoxification techniques?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of kind of eating clean for sustained detoxification. So, that means avoiding foods that are heavily sprayed. Definitely stay away from the dirty dozen that the Environmental Working Group puts out. And then what people don't realize a lot with pesticides is they get all concerned about the produce, but as we move up the food chain, the concentration of pesticides increase. So we have much higher concentrations of pesticides in meat and dairy than we do in produce. So it's not just eating organic produce. We have to make sure that for eating meat and dairy, that it's from sustainable sources that don't use any hormones, and are making sure that the cows and the other livestock and the chickens and everything, they're doing their best to make sure that the food that they will become is as clean as possible. Because we really have to realize that these toxins that we're ingesting in our food, once they get in our body, they're very difficult to get out. So the first step is to eat as clean as possible, and then the next steps involve really, supporting things that we can do both with our lifestyle and our diet and supplement program that can really help that liver and entire detoxification system get rid of these stored toxins.
Right. What kind of supplements come to mind? You've written a lot on this in the past. Are there 2 or 3 supplements you find are just good general cellular detox support nutrients that you find in literature are very helpful?
Yeah, I think, I like to start off with a kind of a foundation approach. And, first thing I would recommend would be a high potency multiple vitamin and mineral formula, because B vitamins, virtually all the minerals are very helpful in detoxification reactions. I think that as far as herbal approaches, there are a number of herbs that have some good detoxifying effects. Milk thistle is one that's probably the most recognized out there. But there's a lot that we can do through our diet, and we have to keep things moving. If our digestive tract is sluggish, if we're not having regular bowel movements, if our gut is too permeable, if we're not breaking down food properly, we start feeding the wrong types of bacteria. All of these scenarios lead to increased absorption of toxins. So it's kind of like, a boat that has a lot of holes in it, and some of the things that we do strategically to support the liver, for example, like with milk thistle, it's kind of like giving that person in that boat a pail to move that water out. But we should also think about plugging up those holes. And so I really think that diet is really important in making sure we're eating in a way that is nurturing to our body and also has a positive effect on our intestinal function. So high fiber, high phytochemical diet that can help secure that intestinal barrier so that we're not absorbing too many of these gut-derived toxins, because they make it worse in terms of absorbing the man-made toxins like pesticides, herbicides, flame retardants. And again, we don't want these entering our body, so we can do a lot through diet. High fiber, high water content diet. You focus on high sulfur containing foods, cabbage family vegetables. I like whey protein. I like eggs. I like legumes. And I like green leafy vegetables. All of these foods are really great for helping promote detoxification.
Absolutely. So chapter 4 in the longevity matrix, detoxifying from a toxic world, critical information. You cannot have good health without good detoxification. I know, Michael, you've got a great promotion on this new book, which will be a bestseller, the longevitymatrix.com. What's involved in the promotion if people go to the website there and order the book?
Thank you. Yeah, at the Longevity Matrix, people can go there and get the book for $10, and that includes shipping. Now, this is a big book. It's a 550-page book, so we're not making any money on the book. And we're also giving about $200 worth of other materials, other educational materials. We have a recorded webinar that I did on COVID-19, answering some common questions and giving people some guidance there. We offer a free digestive health assessment that I use to help assess what's going on with digestion, along with some recommendations based upon what that assessment tells you. We also offer a PDF booklet on the latest research on Alzheimer's disease and natural medicine. And then I put together a free 10-day detox diet PDF. And this 10-day detox diet is really kind of a good kickstart to living clean and eating in a way that promotes detoxification day in and day out. That's what we really want to do to help not only prevent the absorption of these toxins, but hopefully help the body get rid of these stored things like pesticides, herbicides, and heavy metals. And it's a big problem for a lot of people. It's a big problem in particular for people that are overweight. These compounds love fat, and so they get concentrated in fatty tissue. And it's really important if someone is trying to get healthier and lose weight, that they really pay attention to supporting their detoxification system, because if they start losing weight, they start breaking down these fat cells and they start releasing a lot of these stored toxins. And if they don't help the body get rid of them, then these stored toxins are going to act like the brain, which should be the largest collection of fat in our body, is like a magnet. So this 10-day detox diet can help people get started on living clean and eating clean. So all this for $10, available at the longevitymatrix.com.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite the package for sure. Well, thank you for your time, and for the viewers, we've got other videos with Dr. Murray you can look for. And also, if you go to americasnaturaldoctor.com, we have some great radio interviews in depth with Dr. Murray as well. So thank you, Michael, for your time.
My pleasure.